Hey everybody, welcome back. And kind of been in the pattern of smoke detector unboxings, so got another one for you. Even though the last one was more of like a lot unboxing, but this is just a singular. I don't even need the knife for this one. I might. Yeah, let's. Probably could use this to cut through without damaging the box. Alright. Hopefully won't need that again. I don't think I will. Looks like it's just in here. Alright. So there it is, or there's the box, and once again, I'm way out of frame. It's a box, totally blank box, and then on the front, it's got some information on there, but no label or anything. So let's open it up. Ugh. Okay, get it open. And Pyrotector Smoke Sentinel, model 30-77 ARF. You probably saw that on the front there, the model number, 30-77 ARF. And take you guys down here now. As you know, I already have one of these, or I already have a variant. I have this one. This is the 30-77. I can't even remember what the suffix is of this one. It's one of the 30-77s. This is the 30-77L. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. And I've had this one for quite some time, for a number of years now. But this one's a different model. It's the ARF model, and I think this is the version that has some sort of transmitter, radio transmitter in it. We'll explore that further when we look at the manual and everything. But yeah, here's the box. Here's all the paperwork that came with it. And yep, it does have a radio transmitter. So here's the unit itself, and it looks basically identical to this one, the 30-77L, which is basically like, I don't really know what the L designates. This is like the normal standalone single station smoke detector model. And this one, of course, is the radio transmitter, but the only difference, obviously, is this one isn't yellowed because this one wasn't used. This one was used, evidently. But got your slide to remove on the side there, just like that one. And the mounting bracket comes off, slides, if I can get it. Am I not doing it the right way? Okay, I wasn't doing it the right way. That way. Alright, so there's mounting bracket, and here's the back, and it did come with a battery. It's mounting hardware, and came with an old Mallory Duracell that's a little corroded. It's not in the worst of shape. Actually, this isn't even a Mallory Duracell, this is just a Duracell, but it's got the shiny gold metallic top here, just like the Mallory Duracells, but I guess this was after they dropped the Mallory name or became their own company, subsidiary or whatever. Yeah, a little corroded at the top. I'm going to keep this one. This is pretty cool. I haven't seen one like this, blank, with no Mallory marking at the top. Very neat. But it's a little bulged at the bottom, so I can't sit it down. The informations: the Pyrotector Smoke Detector, model 3077 ARF. It's funny, this one doesn't say 30-77. This one, if I can once again struggle to get that. I keep trying to slide it off the wrong way. This one is 30-77, and it's labeled that. This one doesn't have the dash. It's very interesting. Chloride Pyrotector. It's not labeled Smoke Sentinel either, even though these are technically Smoke Sentinels. They appeared in the catalogs labeled as such. Then there's, I think that's the same. Yeah, that looks exactly the same, which isn't a surprise. And then the date code, it looks like this one's from 84, 9/17/84, September 17th of 1984. This one is at 81. This one's just a few years older, or younger than that one. How does the radio transmitter part work? Because it said something about adjusting dip switches. Oh, I guess you do have to take the cover off, because in this diagram they show it with the cover off. Now, I guess I'll put a battery in it and power it up and test it first, because I do want to take it apart and show the inside, which is possible. I don't know if I mentioned that in the video I took of this one years and years ago, but it is possible. It's pretty easy to remove the cover on these. But let me get one of my batteries here. I have a brand new pack, so let's connect it. All right, battery is connected, and it is in place. Now, before I test it, these used, well, from before these showed up on eBay, we had always known that they use two different types of horns. This one uses the black star buzzer, which you can kind of see there. And then there were ones that used the blue MuRata piezo horn. But then another collector, Sydney, on Facebook got one of these. And, well, let's just say that theirs had just a little bit different sound to it, and something that we were not expecting at all. So let's go ahead and test it. And, well, first of all, you can see the LED is flashing. It flashes every, I think, like 8 seconds or so. And these kind of take a little bit to go off because they are photoelectric. So push the button. Okay, that actually didn't take as long to go off as this one does. But as you can hear, it doesn't have the star buzzer like this one does. It has a piezo. Now, is that the blue MuRata piezo, you may be wondering? Because if you, it kind of sounds a little bit similar to, actually, like these. The JSNA or the Vigilante ES3. That kind of that lower pitched piezo that kind of sounds kind of like a microwave buzzer. It's really not all that loud. But when Sydney took a picture of the inside, we were all very shocked, to say the least. So I'm going to take this one apart and show you what that is. All right, I got the cover loose, so let's go ahead and lift it off. And here we have the inside. So first of all, here is the radio transmitter part, and there's those dip switches that they were talking about in here, which I'll show you guys that in more detail in a minute. But this is what we were all really, really interested about, and what kind of threw us through a loop. This is the horn. It is a piezo horn, and that design looks a little similar, a little familiar. If I take the cover off of this one, I have this one's cover loose as well. So, and then we notice this right here. That's right. This is a star piezo horn. We did not know this existed. Yeah, first time I've seen one of these at all. Obviously, we knew the buzzers existed because, like, you know, they use those in, obviously, these and, like, the GEs and, what else? I feel like there was another one that they used the star buzzer in that I can't think of. But yeah, the star piezo, that's a new one for us. Hadn't seen that before. And the circuitry, circuitry looks a little bit different. On this one, there's the components themselves look older. Yeah, those are definitely older resistors. There's some newer ones in there too. Yeah, different layout on the circuit board. Where's the sensitivity adjustment on this one? Whoa, oh, the horn fell off. I forgot this one's horn is kind of broken. But, I guess this one doesn't have a sensitivity adjustment. That's interesting, because this one has it right there. Yeah, so now I'll test it without the cover, because I'm interested to see if it actually sounds first with the cover off, but... Very cool sound. It is very similar to this. I will say it is a bit louder than these. These are known for not being that loud. Yeah, it also doesn't do the final long blast like this one does. When you set it off and when you release the test button and it continues to sound. This one at the very end, when you release the button, it'll sound like one continuous long blast, like longer than the pulses. But it does sound in the same pulse pattern, which these all did, which was like, I think, 1.5 second on, 1 second off. That's what it was, the coding is labeled as in the manual, which I'll go over in a minute. I did just notice the transmitter PCB is dated November of '84. So possibly this one wasn't assembled until then, because the unit itself is dated September. But, yeah, very interesting. Very, very happy to have this one. Stick the cover back. Oh, and the way you remove the cover is, actually I can probably show it better when the cover is in place, but there are these 4 little clips on the side, and when you want to remove the cover, you just stick a screwdriver in each of these little slots here. And I think you only have to do like 2 or 3 of them, and then it'll just slip right off. And then to put it back on, you just simply push it back and it snaps right into place. So it's easily removable for cleaning and other maintenance and adjusting the transmitter. Snap the cover back on the 77-L. And now, let's take a look at the manual and everything, since I already showed you the box and there wasn't much to show anyways. So let's take a look at this paper with the transmitter information. And of course, as always, if you want to read, you can just pause. I don't know what kind of like receiver this would have been used with, but there's information on how to set it, set the frequency, and then some diagrams how to remove the cover. It's funny, they just tell you to pull it apart on there. They don't tell you to insert the screwdriver, but I don't know if you can even remove it that way. And also the depiction on there depicts a star buzzer with the singular round hole, not the 3 little holes like the piezo horn has. Okay, interesting. And you've got this. That was one of those stickers that you stick on the wall near where you install the detector. It's interesting. Nothing on the back. And now the manual. So this is for models 30-77A and 30-77AL. Interesting, not 30-77ARF or AR. So I guess maybe it was just a standard. And that, I guess this would have been just the addendum that they would have needed. And they just decided to make it separate. Interesting. And it's one of these style booklets. Actually, does it fold out? Nah. Alright. So, of course, as I mentioned, if you want to read anything, you can just pause. I think that's the same drawing that they had on the other side. I wonder why they have it sticking in the vent. It's odd. Shouldn't need to do that to remove the bracket. Limited warranty. Printed in USA, 6 of 84. So, seems to check out. Alright, so that is the manual. And yeah, very interesting. Like I said, don't know what kind of receiver this would have come with, or would have been used with. But very, very interesting to have another variant of this to go along with the 30-77L. And do one more test for you. Very cool. I really like the sound. So yeah, that is just about it for this one. That is the Pyrotector. Technically, it's a Smoke Sentinel, even though it's not listed as such. Smoke Sentinel 30-77 ARF smoke detector with the radio transmitter. And touching on the 30-77L, of course. So thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video.